Back when I was in my early teens, YouTube, let alone the word YouTuber, didn't even exist. Alright, now I feel really old. But actually, as many of y'all know, I'm accidentally on YouTube. What does that even mean? So how and why did I actually end up on YouTube? Well, it's kind of a funny story. Basically, in early 2009, I started testosterone. I started my physical transition from female to male. And I was so stoked in January when I got my first shot that I started recording video and audio of my face and my voice, because I was like, these changes are gonna happen so fast, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, within 2 weeks, I filled up my entire MacBook hard drive. So I'm like 17, a senior in high school, and I've got no more space on my computer and no money. So I'm like, wait, I've heard of this website where you can upload videos and then you can download them later and watch them. Great, fantastic. Why don't I just store my videos on this website, and then this way, someday in the future, when I have a lot of money, I will be able to get a new computer and then I can download them back onto my computer and have them to look back on. And that is how I thought this whole thing was going to go. So my reason for creating videos really was solely for myself. These videos were basically journals, and in fact I was kind of embarrassed and didn't want people to know I was putting them on YouTube. So I didn't go around my high school being like, hey, watch my videos, hey, watch my videos, hey parents, hey friends. I did no advertising at all. Like, actually tried to keep it pretty hidden, because in my day-to-day life I was still experiencing a lot of bullying. I didn't want people to see these really emotional, raw videos of me going through these changes, still insecure in myself, and have them, make comments on it, because internet bullying is hard enough, let alone having people in my real life find more reasons to bully me. So I was extremely shy about putting my videos on YouTube, and when people started to watch them, I actually got this feeling of anxiety, like, oh my god, I've got 300 subscribers, that's 600 eyes looking at me, that is half the size of my class in high school, that's a lot of people. So that is pretty much how I started off on YouTube. Also, again, this is 2009, and I'm only 17, so I decided to use the pseudonym skylarkeleven. My real name is Skylar Kergel, just so y'all know, but I was like, no, I don't want anyone to find me. No. Top secret, Nowadays, obviously, that is quite different. So that moves me on to, what is a YouTuber? So in the same way that transgender awareness has come so far in the 7 years since I started creating videos, so has the world of YouTube. It's just been rapidly changing and evolving and becoming this pretty much brand new website, and it actually has fostered this gigantic community. I mean, I went to VidCon this past year, and that was one of the best experiences of my life. So it clearly is this whole new thing. It's not just a website for video content. Now, again, I'm a little bit behind on the time, so I was like, alright, what's a YouTuber? How do you define this? And I reached out to a lot of y'all on Twitter, and these are some of the responses that I got. Basically, from what I can see, a YouTuber is someone who uploads and creates videos, or more broadly, a YouTuber could be someone who interacts with the content presented on YouTube, whether that be in the community, in the comments. So it's a pretty broad definition, but it seems like the intent behind YouTuber is someone who intentionally is part of this video creation community. So like with all labels, there's probably about a zillion meanings behind it, but I would say I definitely fall into the category of YouTuber, which is fantastic. And that leads me to how to become a YouTuber. This is a question that I'm asked all of the time, and again, I think it reflects on how I don't like to be singularly viewed as a YouTuber. I do so much other art in my day-to-day life that I don't share online, and I think that's really important to me, to be recognized as an artist who also makes YouTube videos. So I don't mind when people ask me how to become a YouTuber, but the thing is, I didn't become a YouTuber. It was totally accidental. And the thing that I often find is this question's loaded with how to become famous on YouTube, like how to get a bunch of followers and how to make money off YouTube. I want to be fully transparent with y'all about my YouTuber status. I make about as much off YouTube per month as I would if I worked like an extra 8 hours at my day job. It's not enough to live off of. It's not enough to sustain it. So as you can see, it's not something that I'm doing for the money. I totally could. I've got all these sponsorships that like linger around, like, oh, advertise our toothbrush, and I'm kind of like, but I really like my toothbrush. So, you may see me doing sponsored content someday, but like I said, that's not why I joined YouTube. It wasn't to try and make an income, and it definitely wasn't to try and be famous. I was so shy about it, and when people started following me from my college, I was like, yeah, like there's someone watching me. So, you know, kind of like that. My intent wasn't to become famous, so I can't really speak towards those, you know, general questions about how to get followers, how to do everything else. But I did want to give a little bit of advice for someone who's thinking about becoming a YouTuber. So my best advice if you're thinking about becoming a YouTuber is to make videos because you live a life that's interesting. You have these talents or these curiosities or these interests, and video just happens to be one of those ways that you can share them with others and get feedback on them. That's totally my advice. I think that's pretty much how I've done it. I know there's videos out there like how to become rich and famous off YouTube. Definitely go watch those if that's your goal. But if your intent is to create content on YouTube for yourself because you think it's interesting and that's what you want to be doing, that's what I did, as I said before, and it can be a totally fantastic experience. Also know what sharing might mean. It might mean you're only sharing it with 20 people. You might only have 20 subscribers for the first 6 months, kind of like I did, or you might, you know, have 1 million subscribers overnight because everyone's totally obsessed with you. Just know what sharing might mean. For me, you know, at first I was really nervous about people finding my videos, but honestly the support that this community has given me has been incredible. It's made me much more comfortable syncing my online life with my day-to-day life. It's just been absolutely phenomenal, and I wouldn't keep making videos if y'all didn't keep asking me to. So I don't regret for a moment this happy accident of putting my videos out on YouTube and getting to know you all. You all are totally incredible. So in the end, I guess I am a YouTuber. Most of the time I don't label myself as such, but at VidCon, like I said, I was like, you know, all about it. So basically, I am a trans guy, your average 24-year-old trans guy who's been making YouTube videos for 7 years, but I'm also a lover and a brother and a son, and I'm an artist and musician and poet. I travel to speak. I've got so many of these wild aspects of my life that are outside of this screen. And while that is true, I wouldn't change anything when it comes to having documented pretty much my greatest work in life, which is my body and my identity as I've grown, and shared that with you all through the ups and the downs and the challenges and all of the amazing moments and all of the sad moments. It has been truly incredible to be with you all through that. And I would say that uploading my videos after I ran out of room on my old MacBook was the happiest accident ever. Thank you all so much for watching them, and I will be back probably next week. Yeah, I'll try and do that. Alrighty, peace.